All right. Hey, hey. Welcome back, guys. All right. So let's get into this, Scorpio. Here we go. All right. So let's see what we've got. We have Temperance and we have King of Cups for starters. By the way, thank you guys. I was on vacation for a while. I had family in town and then one more batch of family that came after that to surprise me. So I'm sorry that I've been gone quite a bit in the last week and a half. But anyway, it's nice to be back. So we've got this energy of somebody who is trying to figure out where to put the puzzle pieces together. I don't know that this person has an easy time expressing themselves. Now, this could be Scorpio who has a problem expressing themselves, or it could be that the other person could also be a water sign. You notice that we have a feminine who's starting to wonder, like, I don't know if I can trust my instincts because there's too many puzzle pieces. And I definitely feel like we have a masculine who should have sent a message to her a long time ago, should have conveyed something, like his guides told him to, but he just didn't. And so it's been leaving, like, whomever is in a feminine energy in this, it's been leaving her to keep being, expressive, hoping that the more I express, the more open I am, the more someone will feel like, explaining things to me. Normally the Temperance card is a card of balance and, equality, and but this card, imagery wise, is definitely not balanced. We have one person that is more wholly put together, who is trying to puzzle out anything about the other individual, and it's very hard to understand who is this other person. They haven't told me anything about themselves, and sure enough, it looks like he should have or intended to send a message quite some time ago, but still hasn't. Now, we need to get another couple cards before I know whether the King of Cups is Scorpio. I mean, has Scorpio, said, I really care about you, I really love you, but I don't know who you are? Or is this them saying, I don't know how to say words, especially when it comes to my emotions? I have so much emotion, but I hold them, they get stuck in my lips, somewhere between my heart to my lips. They get clogged, and my lips won't spit them out. Ace of Wands, we definitely have secret energy coming off of this Ace of Wands because somebody's spying through a little keyhole. And we have a Five of Wands in the reverse. Okay, so there's one of two things still happening here. Either Scorpio is like, look, I know that they want me. I know that they're passionate about me. I know that. I don't even have to doubt that. I know they want me. So that part's not what I'm stuck on. What I'm stuck on is, who the heck are they? They're passionate. I can tell. I can see the hunger in their eyes. Ooh, okay. So this person could have either a bit of a double life, or this is somebody who they know that they're not doing Scorpio right by trying to keep so this is the battle between the head and the heart. And somebody's got a blank face and four different hands, and we see this little dude who's trying to escape, especially here on the red part of the gown, which is the heart-centered energy. I'm wondering then if Scorpio's like, look, this person can do lust all day. I know that they're attracted to me. I don't have to doubt that. I can see them staring at me, and I know what that look means. However, this person is trying to dodge their emotions. They don't want to get tangled up with their emotions with me. So they want to keep it, even if they have all these emotions, they want to prevent themselves from telling me that they have emotions, like somehow that will keep their heart safe, which is really doing them wrong and me wrong. That's the way I would read this right now. I think Scorpio seems to be very stable, very head on their shoulders about this. See, and we have a King of Swords with four hands here, and I never liked that about him in this deck. So he seems to have this, and I'm going to read this as the same king. So all these emotions, and they make sure that the only things that they'll talk about, they may change the subject every time anything even mildly emotive comes up. Maybe they don't want to open up too much because they don't want, if Scorpio gets to know things about how I feel, that'll give them the upper hand. That'll give them some way to then manipulate me. Look, this person is, from what I can tell, hook, line, and sinker their heart belongs to Scorpio, but they will be damned if they're going to admit it even to themselves, much less to Scorpio. This person may try to stay like funny. They could have good wit. They could be very skilled at changing subjects. And I definitely think that everything about them, like how they look in their face versus what they say, completely contradicting. Like if they look with soft eyes and loving eyes at Scorpio, if they like hold Scorpio's hand really gently, but then they don't have anything gentle to say, or they won't go into the territory at all about emotions. Yet they want Scorpio, but then they like absolutely run away from anything emotionally charged. Eight of Swords. Oh, so Scorpio's starting to be like, I'm starting to see that this person has like a big old dark, cloud inside of them. They act like everything's fine on the outside, but anybody who is suppressing this much emotion, especially when it's all, beautiful emotion, right? I know that they care about me. I know they're attracted to me. I know that they want me, but they just can't bring themselves to say it. God, I wonder what happened to them. It really looks like Scorpio has started to realize this person is really very repressed. They may be somebody that, if they are so busy repressing emotions and communication about emotions, then it could be that it comes out of them instead. Like we'll say that their love language is, physical contact, passion, intimacy without intimacy, basically, right? Physical intimacy, but not emotional intimacy. So they may use, passion and kisses and touch as a way to dodge communicating and really building a bond. They may not like be the cuddly type, and yet they're the passionate type. And it just feels like, I think Scorpio is trying to look at this and be like, okay, wait a minute. They act like everything's fine on the outside, but God, have they bottled up? This is even in the shape of a bottle inside, right? They have bottled up something that makes them run for the hills when it comes to emotional, connection. Eight of Swords is here to clarify the Eight of Swords. Again, with the bottled up or the cage, right? Okay, so I would say that Scorpio is probably on point with this. The way this person is behaving is like suspiciously repressed. And there's that Queen of Cups. So we've had, it's interesting because Scorpio, although I thought this whole time that Scorpio was actually a feminine energy and that they were a masculine energy, but they were a masculine energy that was dodging instead of moving forward with intention, but their intention was to dodge. So that's why I'm putting them in the masculine energy, because they are very intentionally making moves, but it's to dodge deeper connection. And I just look at masculine energy simply as the energy of the sun, which is the projection. What am I intentionally doing? Where am I intentionally going? Whereas the feminine energy is the energy of the moon. It's a receptive. It's the I welcome, I warm, I draw you in, I welcome you in. And it's so interesting because this almost looks like Scorpio is saying, what's wild is as much as they are blocked, they are trying to draw me in. They are trying both things. They are trying to project by, like I'm going to dodge. I'm intending to dodge. But at the same time, I want Scorpio to come toward me and love me. I really think this person has got this really odd, like, I hunger for you. Please come toward me, Scorpio. Then I'm going to zigzag and not let you ever get talking to me about anything meaningful. But, oh God, please keep asking me to talk. Please keep talking to me. Please keep giving me reassurances that you want my energy. But I'm going to dodge anything that's like kind of reassuring, except in passion. So it's a weird push-pull dodge while still saying, please come to me. Dodge. Please keep coming toward me. Please stay with me. They're not pushing Scorpio away. They're pushing away conversations that they don't want to have, but very much wanting Scorpio all at the same time. And it doesn't look like they're trying to play games. It looks like what they're doing is unfair, But it's also unfair to their own heart that they are, dodging, dealing with something that they've bottled up for so long. Are they going to ever, like, maybe stop? We've got the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, the Eight of Pentacles upright. This is a really tough thing because I think at the foundation of all of it, this person's really scared that they aren't good enough. That is not something that they're going to be able to say. Look, please remember these are fictional stories about fictional characters, and by no means am I acting like, oh, well, it's Scorpio's job to keep, giving and giving and giving to this person while meanwhile they continuously like don't give anything equitable back, but because they have such a need of Scorpio that Scorpio should keep giving to them. Like, absolutely not. I do not mean to say it like that. And I preface it because of what I'm about to say. My question was, are they ever going to like stop doing this and deal with whatever that repressed thing is? And this says, if at the core of everything, they worry that they aren't that great, they worry that they aren't that good, that they aren't going to be somebody that Scorpio is going to really want because they don't think they've got that much to offer, then in this storyline, it says the fact that Scorpio does keep trying to be loving, does keep trying to like understand this person, even like they do understand, I know this person wants me, I don't have to question that, but they just don't open up about who they are. They seem intentionally mysterious. But the more Scorpio keeps like being steadfast in their attraction for this person, it's like slowly but surely, maybe they'll start to work on that feeling of like, I cannot risk letting my heart get involved in opening up because I don't trust that Scorpio is going to keep wanting me. It's almost like Scorpio would have to want this person for so long before finally they would start to believe that they're wanted. And look, I'm not saying anybody should have to do that, right? That's because what if they never get around to that? Then Scorpio just kind of got put into the place of like being this patient, always giving, never getting anything in return because this person won't do the work on themselves. That's not fair to Scorpio, so I want to be really clear that I'm not trying to say this is what should happen or anything like that. Only I'm just an observer seeing what cards we got and saying that seems to be what this is like over time. If they could believe that they were loved, that's when finally they might start working on the fact that, gosh, for the longest time, I didn't really believe I was lovable. So I tried to dodge everything. The Scorpio is probably going to be like, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. I figured that a long time ago. That's why I kept loving you anyway, figuring at some point you'd start to believe that I was the real deal and that you really are lovable because I love you a whole hell of a lot. We have the Lover's card. Maybe this is like a connection that Scorpio can comprehend because maybe Scorpio has some memory of a time when they kind of felt the same way. Scorpio definitely comes across as a confident person in this story. With the Lover's card, this Gemini energy that is like the twins. I gotta say, it is very possible that although obviously this story would require like immeasurable patience and, a huge amount of concessions on Scorpio's part to keep loving this person, regardless of how much they're still dodging, acknowledging, and opening up. It maybe this works because Scorpio's like, I've been there. I've been that person before. I understand. That's why I'm not even like flinching. I don't take it as an insult. I know that they want me. I don't have to question that. And I also know that they're dodging. And it's like, seriously, I can see you zigzagging, like you're not hiding, like when kids go and they think that if they close their eyes, then they're invisible, like in hide and seek. And it's like, okay, they didn't understand. If you're playing hide and seek, you're supposed to go hide. But instead they're like standing, right behind like a chair and you can totally see them, but their eyes are closed and they think that they're hidden now because they can't see you. It's a little bit of that kind of vibe in this. Like, I think Scorpio's kind of chuckling, going, look, I can tell you want me. You're not hiding that. You get that, right? And it's like, oh my gosh, when is this person? This almost has a more lighthearted feel. And that's why I'm saying it this way, drawing that like parallel, because it's kind of seems like that's how Scorpios take it. It's much more lighthearted. It's like, yeah, they think that they're running from me. I don't know. They think that they're hiding how they feel, but it's real visible. So I'm not sure what they're hiding, but I'll just let them. It's kind of cute that they're they'll figure it out. You know, they'll get more confident and they'll stop doing this at some point. Because I know that they care. So that's how this feels. All right, you guys, thank you so much for being with me. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. Bye.